كل سنة وانتم طيبين. الحد الرابع من شهر توبة, the first weeks of months of توبة. As we know, the months of توبة, they're talking about the baptism. So that's why the reading of today for the blind man. And if you remember in Great Lent, week number 6, the same reading will repeat again because we talk about the baptism again. So it's very important the church teaching us about the baptism. About this person, when he got open his eye, he didn't open only his physical eye, he opened his spiritual eye. And the church teaching us, the time we baptize, we change. This person, how he changed, even his neighbor start to not recognize him. In verse number 8, they start to ask, is this really this man, the blind, who was begging? Some said yes, some said no. He said, I was the same one who was begging. What is teaching us? Teaching us when we are a Christian, we should be different than people outside. When we baptize, we should change. Or presenting Christ, we disappear and Christ appear on us. Sample, he said, when we baptize, we put on Christ on us. So if I have anything inside, people can't see. They only see the outside, see Christ on us. Number one, people, the Christian, when he change, they should change in the celebration of the wedding. Have a look about our Christian wedding nowadays. There is no difference between our wedding and the people live in the world wedding. They're celebrating like world wedding. One of the priests coming from Egypt who was doing spiritual camp here. And one person, he told him, Abuna, look, this wedding was in your church. He said, yes. He said, have a look to the deacon. He says the gospel perfectly, profession. And he started running the tape until end. He tell him, have a look to the reception. The same deacon was reading the gospel in the church. Have a look, this is the same deacon who was dancing Arabic, English, French, all the dance. He said, that's suitable to happen in your church in Cairo? Abuna, he said, I was very embarrassed. Have a look to our clothes we're wearing in the church nowadays. Have a look our parents. We can, as a parents, we tell our kids this suitable clothes to come with the church. We baptize with a Christ on us. In Arabic, very clear symbol, he said, الذين اعتمدتم بالمسيح لبستم المسيح. If we have the Christ on us, did really we change? Did really our clothes different? Number two, when we put the Christ on us, how we can be as a servant? Really we look after our kids. This is one of the biggest church I always go. Thank God we have plenty of deacons, plenty of our young family. So we need very hard servant to work hard or we lose them. In any church we see primary school plenty, 100 and 100. But the time we come to high school, they disappear. They need hard work. We as a servant, we put our kids in our prayer. We visit them at home. These are the kids of Christ. They baptize. They change. They see me as a good role model, as a servant or no. I remember, I just tell you something personally. Very few time I go wedding reception. I don't like it, maybe. I leave people with freedom, maybe. Because one day, I was coordinator of Sunday school, one of my servant to her wedding. So she invited me, I have to go. When I went, the table next to me, young girl, she wanted to dance. So her mom, she said, it's not nice to dance. She said, look, my servant, she dancing. Why you tell me it's not nice for me and good for my servant? was very sad. We are as a servant, real model in front of our kids? Or this one, we put on the garment of Christ when we baptize. One of the priests, I just finished his life story, his name Abuna Akhnuch. He was serving in San Mina Church in Shobra. If you remember the story of al-Ghalaba, he was here. One day he went to America to visit his daughter. When he visited his daughter, some of the people from the church in another state, they told him, Abuna, please come visit us. He said, no problem. They gave him ticket, return, and he finished 2-3 day visit. He going back to the state his daughter live. So the people he used to visit them, they put him until the gate of aeroplane. His daughter waiting in the another airport for her dad. The flight come, she can't find her dad. She started asking the people, where is my dad? They said he didn't even take the flight. She wait for second flight, she can't find him. Third flight, after 4 hours, they found him coming. What happened, Dad? He said, I was coming to the gate of the flight, and one lady Coptic in America told him, Abuna, I have a problem, I want you to listen to me. Instead of he go to the gate of the flight, his seat was here. Missing first flight, missing second flight, third flight, and they found him in the airport. They sent him with another airline. Stop everything because someone only need his help. This is the servant of God. Really, when I know my kids need help, I stop, I go help, or we just do it as a duty. Number 3, very important, that really Christ appear on us at work. We're really honest at work, go on time, leave on time, do the best to make the job successful. Have a look if my supervisor not there and I am by myself at work. What time I can start? What time I can finish? I do good job. Amba Mishael was a bishop in Germany. He looking after the monastery of St. Anthony. One of his people, he said, my supervisor, she German, she give me very hard time. She give me extra work, even sometime I finish midnight. Only one rather than I want to change job. I tell them, don't change job. You must be honest in your work, do your best, and God will reward you. He said, I wasn't happy at all, but after 3 months, this manager, the one she gave him hard job, she told him, I was testing you. I make you my assistant over everyone working here. And he understand. When you work hard and honest at your work, God reward you. One person in Egypt, long time, when you take the train, the guy come collect the ticket and you pay for the ticket. So one person, Christian, he told him, please, I need 2 tickets. He told him, there's anyone with you? He said, no. He said, this is the last trip for the train. We're going back to the parking the train. He said, because yesterday I take the train, no one come to collect money. So today I pay for yesterday and today. He said, who you are? He said, I'm Christian. Church teach me honesty. The man, he was still the priest. This person, he teach me how I be honest as a Christian. Really, if this happened with us, or we say, thank God he didn't come collect the money. Did really Jesus appear in my family? I sit with my kids. We have a lot of kids here. God will ask us about them, especially young family. Mostly of the people, I do their story, and now we consider them a saint. They tell in the story, I learned to be close to God from my mother and my father. They teach me how I read the Bible. They teach me the story of the saint. Did we really give time to our kids, talk to them about the Bible? About the saint? Or talk to them about some of the story on the Bible? One lady, she went the priest to complain from her husband. School holiday finish, the study start. My husband not helping. He said, why? He's in at Xbox all day. Come from work, Xbox. Really, God will ask us, are we put the Christ on us to appear on us? One person sit with Abuna Dawood Lam'i. He tell him, I'm very angry from myself. He said, why? He said, I used to every day, I come home 5 o'clock from work, sit in front of TV, watch first news, second news, current affairs, spend 3 hours in front of TV. I've been 30 years do this one. I found myself again nothing. I was very angry. I threw the remote control. I stopped the TV. Now my relationship with God start to increase. My social life much better. Talk to my wife, talk to my kids, and I change. How many hours we are in front of TV and social media? Simple, he said, when we baptize, we put the Christ on us. People see Christ on us. Are we good example presenting Christ to the society? This is a question everyone asks himself today. Glory be to God forever and ever. Amen.